Alright everyone, recently CoryxKenshin has come under fire for some pretty serious allegations. Usually I explain who the YouTuber is when I cover stuff like this, but I'd be shocked if there was someone watching who hadn't heard of CoryxKenshin, and that reason is why I'm going to be extra cautious when covering these allegations. Recently, Cory was accused by a user on TikTok by the name of Panda Ninja Official, who we'll refer to as just Panda going forward. She's uploaded multiple TikToks about the allegations, and while there isn't mountains of evidence provided, there is still something, at the very least. The crux of these allegations are that Cory is a horrible boyfriend and emotionally abused this girl. This has obviously spawned an absolutely massive discourse online, with it spawning both the Cory is guilty and Cory is innocent camps. So for this video, we're going to go over all of her TikToks, as well as the evidence provided, and we'll decide whether these allegations are legit or not by the end of the video. Spoiler alert, they're not. But before we do that, if you like the video, make sure to subscribe so that I can feed my starving family. So, as I said, everything has been uploaded on Panda's TikTok. I'll link it below so you can go do your own research into these allegations if you so desire to do so. She's uploaded 6 TikToks about the whole thing, so let's start off with the first one and work our way down the list.
Bacon avocado.
Alright, I don't want to be a dick right off the bat, but why did you start your allegations off by saying bacon avocado? What the fuck does this have to do with anything? I looked it up, and apparently this does have some meaning on TikTok, but from my research, it seems to be a meme. Why would you start off a video about abuse allegations by referencing a meme? It's a small nitpick, but it's still kind of crazy.
I dated CoryxKenshin, and he hurt me really bad, and I'm not the only one.
So as I'm writing this script, the allegations have dropped hours ago, with Panda being the only one to come out with allegations against him. So as of right now, you kinda are the only one. Unless someone else comes forward right now, you are literally the only one leading the allegations. But that was the first TikTok. Now let's go over the second. Unfortunately, this one doesn't just not have any evidence, it also doesn't have any audio apart from music, so I'm gonna have to do a whole shit ton of reading. These TikToks are far longer than they should possibly be, so I'm only going to read the relevant parts. When I met you, I was at one of the lowest points in my life. I was still healing. You ghosted me, not because you were confused, but to teach me a lesson. Any time I tried to speak up, you twisted it into something wrong with me. You never shut up when it mattered. You only came around when it was convenient, when you wanted something, when it was easy. But when I needed care and support, you vanished. That was your punishment. Silence, distance, disappearing like affection was something I had to earn. You treated my body, my heart, my time like they were things you could shelve and retrieve whenever it suited you. And then came the subtle jabs. You asked if I wanted to know how much you made. I said no because I didn't care. But still, you made me feel small for the job I had. I didn't want what you had. I just wanted to be treated like I mattered. It probably bothered you that I wasn't impressed. But that version of you who actually cared, he never existed. And then came your gestures of flowers and bears and cards. The first thing you bothered to give me. That night you called and poured your heart out. The next day someone told me they saw you in California with another girl. That was just the beginning. Part 2 comes tonight, and it gets heavier. Alright, so that was a lot. Let's break it down one point at a time. In regards to you being hurt and recovering from a past relationship or something, I'm not exactly sure how that plays into anything Cory did. I mean, did he specifically talk to you because of that? I mean, that sounds psychotic. You also say that he ghosted you purely to harm you, yet there's not really a way to prove that. Same with him twisting your words, not showing up, the whole job thing. On top of that, you directly quote a card he sent you. Why is that not something provided? If he sent you a card or bears or shit, you should have the ability to show them off. And then there's the part about him being in California with another girl. I'm gonna be 100% honest. Who cares? Yeah, if he's talking to multiple girls, he's kind of a dick, if this is true, but like, that's about it. But with that, let's move on to part 2, and oh boy, even more reading. And then came the Xbox messages. They then show Xbox messages. The purpose of this is to try and say Cory used the fact that Panda was an SA survivor as a way to flex that he smashed or something, but I'm not really sure where that comes across in the messages. In fact, Panda kind of dismantles their own argument here when she shows off messages of Cory saying he loved her, but he didn't have his shit together. Panda actually laughs at this because apparently Cory being a successful YouTuber means he's emotionally there enough to have a relationship, which, no. And then comes the craziest part. So, Panda apparently has cancer. It's rough, and I wish them the best. But they show these messages where someone says, "That was the most passive-aggressive cancer reveal ever, lol." Apparently this is supposed to be Cory saying this. First thing, there's no name shown. Second thing, even if there was a name shown, it doesn't prove that's the real Cory. Third thing is that there's no timestamp associated with this. I'm saying all this to make a note of there's no actual proof this is Cory, which, if you have the DM yourself, it's kind of weird you don't show who sent it. There was nothing preventing you from doing so, and if anything, is kind of suspicious. With that, part 2 comes to the end. For the heavier stuff, there was even less nothing there than in the first part. And with that, let's get into the third part, which has even more words than the others. Yippee, I'm so excited. Essentially, the crux of this whole thing is that some random person named N acted completely psychotic, and apparently Cory just let it happen. They have nothing to back that up, and in fact, she herself says, "You never questioned why your name was involved in quiet drama." Could it be possible he had no idea said drama was happening? Then after this whole N drama happened, someone named Brandon, who's apparently good friends with Cory, started viewing Panda's stuff. They claim it was Cory sending this guy here as surveillance, like it's phasmophobia and he's trying to find the ghost orbs or some shit. They also double down on there being more women, which, if their evidence is anything like yours, it makes sense why you're the only person to come out. Or, alternatively, and this is just a theory, these women don't exist and this was only done to try and make their claims sound more credible. I didn't write this for you to believe me. Yeah, that's always something you want to say when I'm making false accusations against a massive YouTuber. They then just say a whole bunch of shit that doesn't matter. I mean, who cares? With that though, part 3 is over. On to the next video. A video of her with Cory. Oh my god. We finally have something.
I'm still on.
I'm still on.
Then I woke up again and it was off.
Did you watch me sleep?
Hmm?
Did you watch me sleep?
Yeah, I actually did something to you while you were asleep too.
What?
I'm sorry. I just got this fetish that I do. You know.
What?
I didn't hurt you. You're good, right?
What'd you do, Cory?
Just don't worry about it.
Cory?
Good.
Cory, what did you do?
You do nothing. Look, this came right in my face. I didn't do anything.
He did something, and I'm gonna find out on the next episode of
Dragon Ball Z, where you going with this?
Alright, hear me out. If I had someone tell me that they did something to me while I was sleeping, I wouldn't be cracking jokes. You've also stated before that you were a survivor of SA and you somehow were fine with this. I mean, the only way you would do that is if it wasn't real, if this is a joke like it comes across as. I mean, this video comes across as two people joking about something. Yeah, you can argue it's a shitty joke, but if this is such a problem, why did you go along with it if it really upset you? On top of that, Panda actually recently started appearing on live streams, and she expressly says she is not and never did accuse Cory of SA.
Uncomfortable about him. Like, he didn't make me feel uncomfortable in that video, but if you guys read the point of view on there, I never said that that was the SA video. I literally said that this is one of the moments that I had with him that that it seemed like it was real, but it wasn't.
Then what's the fucking point? You're not accusing him of SA, so what else is this supposed to do? Like, you put in the caption that this is like a warning that he never cared and only wanted to hurt you, but if that's the case, why are you smiling and joking along with him? This actually makes no sense. And to end the whole thing off, she posted photos of her with Cory, and with that, we have all of the evidence that's been provided. Before we conclude this whole thing, let's look at something else. So Panda has a Twitter, or at least someone's pretending she has a Twitter. Recently, some tweets have been going around of an account that appears to be hers where she says Cory's innocent, it's all bullshit, it's all lies. Well, if you actually look at the account, it's not her. I mean, they have things like whore in the bio, so yeah, no, I don't think it's her. So while I do think all these accusations are false, I mean, I'm going to be as transparent and honest as I can when it comes to covering this stuff. This isn't a real account, so yeah, don't take this account at face value. There is one other clip, though, I want to point out, and it's from the live streams that Panda was appearing on. During one of these, the chat poses the interesting question that these DMs might potentially be faked. Now, whether this is the cancer one or the Xbox one, I don't really know. The point is, though, is that rather than address this, Panda just kind of says, believe what you want, which is not the correct answer you want to say in a situation like this.
Because all my friends know about that. Everybody in my circle knows about that. Knows, like, and now everybody else knows.
Oh, okay. They're saying that the friend edited it for you. Oh my God, the way I said edited it. Anyway, they're saying that the friend edited the messages for you or something.
No. Listen, I'm completely out the loop with some of this stuff. Like, I feel like people did investigate. I don't know who said that. To be honest with you, I really don't care what they have to say, but.
So with that, I'm just going to say this. I fully believe she lied. She lied about Cory. It's kind of embarrassing. She was not, and I don't think she ever was a victim of Cory, and I seriously doubt there are any others. And you might say that's like a little harsh to this girl. Well, I'd take false accusations very seriously, so when you make those, you get zero sympathy from me. And these aren't just like false accusations. These are false accusations made while this guy's not even in the same country. He's in France right now. He physically couldn't respond if he wanted to. This is like vile and disgusting. This also fooled thousands of people into believing Cory was a bad guy when there's not even really any concrete evidence to say anything. The biggest thing is like the video, and she herself kind of debunks that when she said that like she looked back fondly at it and she's like laughing in the video and continuing the jokes. But yeah, I have no qualms saying she's a liar. I have no qualms saying Cory's innocent, and especially no qualms in saying I don't believe anyone else is going to come out, especially now they won't. But hey, there is a bright side to this whole story. Cory might be the first YouTuber to beat allegations without actually having to respond. But with that, to round the video off, I think Panda is a complete liar. I think she's dishonest. And if she'd like to prove people otherwise, post all the context, post all the evidence, because I don't believe it's real. Cory isn't an asshole, he's not some cyber stalker, and he's definitely not someone who essayed someone else. All he is another victim of the internet's fucking bullshit. With that though, I'm gonna end the video off. I don't know, join the Discord server, follow me on Twitter, and hey, if you liked this, subscribe. It helps a lot. Anyway, I don't know. Later.